Okay, and let's move on to the Monday Nighter. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun. Got to move this over to Monday. Here we go. Patriots, Bills. This total opened up at 45. It's already dropped to 43.5. Bills opened up at -3. That's gone. 2.5s across the board. Let's take a look at the cash. We have 2,824 tickets in. 30% of the tickets are on the Bills, but 46% of the cash. From a money line perspective, and we always know that the dogs at this number, under 3 always take more money than the opposite. But just from a money line, I never mentioned money line. Money line, 89% of the tickets are on the Patriots, 77% of cash. From a total perspective, 56% of the tickets are on the over and 71% of the cash, and yet it's dropped 1.5 points. Gambler says, here we go. Need it back to -3. He's on the Pats money line. Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Going to be cold. 33 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 15 miles per hour. It's not going to be snowing at this
Weather
point.
Doesn't matter for either of these teams, Jimmy.
The Patriots are rolling. They come in off a 36-13 home beatdown of the Tennessee Titans. They hadn't beaten the Mike Vrabel-led Titans. They're 6-1 against AFC opponents this season. Mac Jones, 23 of 32 for 310 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jacoby Myers, 5 catches for 98 yards. Kendrick Bourne, as you predicted weeks ago, continued to roll. Bebsie, 5 catches, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ramondre Stevenson, 9 carries. Damian Harris, 11 carries, 46 yards and 40 yards, respectively. J.C. Jackson had a pick. They got 2 sacks and 5 quarterback hits. Dennis Garcia says, I took the Patriots +3 Sunday night, just a small play, hoping they win so we can hype Jones Rookie of the Year and Belichick Coach of the Year. Go, New England, go. Mohamed Joma says, something about this, I can't get there with New England. Don't like how everyone is on them either. David Cal's on the Bills -2.5, excuse me. And their injury report is always a mess because everybody is questionable, and
BB does it on purpose.
But I just stopped writing it down, basically. But
he can't. That's Bill. Bill's fucking with everybody all the time. Bill's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers.
So he hasn't added the list of 25 guys questionable yet. That comes later in the week. Usually it's available for us on the Tuesday, but because this is a Monday nighter, it's not available. The Bills are on extra rest and prep after their Jekyll and Hyde season continued with a dominant 31-6 at New Orleans on Thanksgiving Thursday. Buffalo outgained New Orleans 361-190, and the Bills had the ball for 34 minutes, 38 seconds. Josh Allen, 23-28 for 260 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He also ran 8 times for 43 yards. It was Allen's 3rd game in 4 in which he had multiple turnovers, 7 interceptions and a lost fumble in those 4 games. Stephon Diggs caught 7 passes for 74 yards and a touchdown. Dawson Knox caught 3 passes for 32 yards and 2 touchdowns. He has 7 touchdowns. That's a franchise record for in a single season by a tight end. Devin Singletary ran 15 times for 44 yards, Brady 9 for 26, caught 2 passes for 29 and a touchdown. The defense was in complete control of the Saints' undermanned pedestrian offense. 2 sacks, 6 quarterback hits. Jordan Poyer had an interception. Tre'Davious White will miss the rest of the season with a torn ACL. That hurts. Star Lotulelei is being on the reserve COVID list now for a long time, and he's still there. This is extremely exciting. I can't wait for the Monday nighter, Bebsie. Patriots, Bills, take it away.
Okay, I have a bunch to say. First of all, Kendrick Bourne is exactly the kind of receiver that Bill Belichick loves. Turned guys like Deion Branch into not stars, but reliable players. I think going forward, if you're a props better, I know Burgundy Bet says, keep staring at those Kendrick Bourne props. The more trust he earns with Belichick is going to be huge. Now, Mr. Funmonk, I said this to my buddy earlier today, almost verbatim. New England and Tampa Bay run the table and Belichick and Brady meet in the Super Bowl. The NFL fixes in. I fucking agree with that 100%. I believe that we're going to see a New England Bucks Super Bowl. And if that doesn't tell you the NFL is fixed, nothing will. But I do believe that's what happens, and I believe New England will win, thus proving how average Tom Brady is, because Mac Jones is basically Tom Brady, a slightly better version of Tom Brady. He's just put in a system where his defense plays great, he makes plays. Now, I think New England loses this game. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to come out in this game. And they remember them beating the Pats last year was such a turnaround moment for this team. And they finally just started kicking ass after they beat him. And it's like, you know, when a little brother gets beat up for years by a big brother, and then they both go through puberty, and then the little brother ends up being bigger than the big brother, and he just fucking unloads on him. I think that's what happens here. I think the Buffalo Bills will win this game. And yes, Slatsy, I don't know your wife, but she seems like a party. I will drink red wine with her anytime. If we're going to move and shake. And I don't normally drink red wine on this show, but I am feeling good. But yes, I do believe the Bills win this game. But man, Dennis Garcia, I think it was Dennis Garcia who's had New England to win the division early on. And that bet's going to cash for you, Dennis. However, I think this is a tough spot for New England. And I agree. Mohamed Joma is saying the Bills' problem is they have no fucking run game. And that's what will separate them in the playoffs. They can't run the ball. New England can. They will play stalwart defense. And quite frankly, they'll have their game manager, their new game manager. They used to have an old game manager named Tom Brady. Now they got a new one. Oh, Real Deal Prime's getting upset.
Okay. All right. So do we want to lock in the 2.5 for the Buffalo Bills right now at -110?
Oh, God, no. I'm not betting this game. I'm going to sit back and watch and have some fun. That's just what I think. I don't want to put money on it.
Okay. Oh, man. All right.
I believe Buffalo at home does great here, and I do believe they'll win the game. But I don't. It's so hard to bet against New England the way they're playing right now. They are literally playing the exact same style of football they did 20 years ago when Brady won his first championship. Like, it's just defense, defense, defense. Don't fuck up on offense, and that's what they're doing. And they're having no-name guys like Kendrick Bourne and Ramondre Stevenson carrying this offense right now.
How big is the loss of Tre'Davious White?
That is huge, but it's not like New England has the receiving core to truly exploit that. Other teams will. But again, New England's not about winning teams with overpowering offense. In fact, Bill Belichick's New England teams, when they had an unreal offense, that's when they were at their worst. That's when they went like 10 years without winning the Super Bowl. Because, quite frankly, Brady wasn't good enough to win without a top-shelf defense. It's all about the defense in New England, and it's all about being fine on offense.
I like...
Agree with Mohamed Joma. Kendrick Bourne is a no-name, but he was great in San Francisco, and San Francisco misses him. And I love him, but most people don't even know who the hell he is.
Sharpie on Patriots money line. Nice to see Sharpie in the chat.
Sharpie! Love that.
I obviously have a problem here just because I want the Bills to beat the Patriots. So I can't let that get in the way of the capping, and I feel it seeping in. I also think that we saw an incredible buy low spot on the Chiefs a few weeks back, and now it's possible that we have a very good buy low spot on the Bills. But I comfortably took the Packers to win the division at a minus 150 juiced. Or sorry, the Packers, minus 150 juiced. But I wouldn't take the Bills at that same number.
It's funny. I'm reading like what appear to be contradictory comments from the chat, but I agree wholeheartedly. Christopher Comatini, Matt Judon is probably the most underrated defensive player in the NFL right now. Absolutely stud. Absolute stud. J.C. Jackson, also a great player. It's just, man, Buffalo's still a good football team. And this is a team that, again, it's that little brother syndrome where they can finally fight the big brother. And yeah, maybe the big brother started juicing after he lost to little brother last year and might come back and kick the shit out of little brother. That's why I can't bet it. I want to bet it, but I can't. I think there's a lot of games. The way I look at it is just like, they're not seeing it right, and you are, and of course that gets us in all kinds of trouble. But this one is literally a game where it's a gut instinct that the Bills take this one, but this is an awfully hard game to cap and to truly believe you got the right plan. This is going to be the best Monday Night Football game of the year.
I agree. Let's close on this. Twatty confidently thinking this total is too low at 43.5. Do you agree with that sentiment? Do you think that the over is the look here? Because it looks like the Sharks are on the over. The bigger bets are on the over, yet this has dropped 1.5 from its opening.
Well, that all leans towards betting the over.
Mohammed's on the over as well. If you had a free bet at 43.5, you'd be on the over?
100%. And Sharpie, there aren't many sharper cappers when it comes to props, and I love that look. Sharpie, we haven't seen it all this year. It's good to have you out, buddy, but he's absolutely right. What you do is bet Josh Allen rush yards now, because they don't have a running game, and you know damn well they're going to be applying pressure, and he's going to be running away from Judon. Sharpie's a beauty. I agree with him wholeheartedly here.
Pie Guy says, wait for weather. Allen struggles with the wind. I mean, we know what the weather's going to be at 15 mile per hour. It's going to be there, but it's not too bad. So no move for Bebsie at this point. Maybe that changes on our Sunday show when we get to attack everything one more time, where hopefully Sharpie will be joining us this Sunday on the NFL Pub Hub. That is every game on the board. Let's review action.
Well, before we dive into the review of action, I am going to add something. And shout out to Turnsey, who's gone now, but he threw this one out earlier, and I thought about it throughout the show, and I'm going to tail him on the Falcons' first half team total over. 9.5 is what it was when I looked at it then. I don't know what it is now, but I'm going to jump on that. I'm going to jump on the Atlanta Falcons.
It was so juiced. Oh, here's a better one. 9.5 at minus 116. This 9.5, that's at Pinnacle. The 9.5 at Bet365 is at minus 130.
Yeah, fuck that. We can do Pinnacle, though.
All right, so I'm going to move over to the Falcons. Sorry, take a second. And we have a addition. I remember I remember Turnsey all over that spot. So there we go. Falcons. What is here? Sorry. Falcons first half team total over 9.5 at minus 116 available at Penny. All right, let's review.